Jesus. St. Maud stars Morfydd Clark, Jennifer Eel, and is directed by Rose Glass. What's up, guys? I literally just finished watching St. Maud. I'm a little floored right now, and I don't want to hype this up too much for you guys. We'll get into the nuts and bolts of the movie, but just keep in mind, I literally just finished this. It's processing. It's the hamster is trying to figure out what's going on upstairs right now, okay? But I like it. I definitely like it. All right. Matter of fact, it might be amazing. First off, this just came in the mail today. James Kipling, you beautiful soul, you wonderful, kind, good sir. Thank you so much for sending me this. And I looked on Amazon, like, you can't find this in the States anywhere. So the only way to order this, I think, is through like Amazon UK or something like that. But also, it's kind of weird because this movie was made in 2019, and I think it had like just a very limited run over there, maybe like one night only. James told me he saw it like, I think in October of 2019. So it's a long time coming, but the buzz around this movie, at least as far as I remember, was in the last couple of months when it was finally coming to the States. But anyway, let's get into this. This will be a non-spoiler review. I could possibly do a spoiler review in the near future on this. There's a lot of themes to be talked about in this movie. Anytime you're dealing with religion, you can have a healthy and maybe heated discussion about the movie itself or just religion in general. And thinking back to like all those movies that have religion at the center of them. Religion is something that we hold near and dear. So when a filmmaker takes something as taboo as religion and plays around with it, maybe offers a character that is maybe a little left of center and they just happen to be very religious, then you could come up with some crazy shenanigans along the way. But anyway, quick plot synopsis, and I'm going to be very gentle with my plot synopsis because this is one of those types of films that I want you to go into not really knowing that much. You know, obviously it does deal with religion because it's called St. Maud. If you've seen the trailer, you'll know that. But Maud is a character that is very troubled. She's constantly dealing with rejection. She's completely devoted to her religion. I'm guessing she's Catholic. Seems like she's Catholic. And she just wants to do her best to serve God, going as far as torturing herself. And this is something that we've seen in like other movies and books too, where a character, they're so devoted to their religion that they will, kneel on rocks or literally cut themselves. And there's some of that in this movie, just to set up how devoted this character is. That's set up at the beginning of the movie. You automatically feel this sense of rejection with this character. But Maud happens to be a nurse, a caregiver, and she accepts this job to go help this patient with cancer by the name of Amanda. She becomes interested in this character. Amanda was this like famous dancer in the past, or just very talented dancer. I don't really remember if she's actually famous or not, although I think she was. But there's a little of Maud wanting to gain her affection, but more importantly, to save her soul before she passes on because she has terminal cancer.
It's how he guides me.
My little savior.
And really, that's all I want to tell you about the plot. It's not a very difficult plot to understand. This movie is more of an experience than anything. I remember when I had like Jason from Sinister Cinema Reviews on my upcoming movies of 2021 stream, and I asked him, I was like, what is St. Maud about? Because that's one of the movies we talked about. And he's like, I don't really know, and I like that I don't know. I like going into this movie not having a clue. All I know is that it's just very well made, according to the trailer. It's an A24 production. And he's right. I didn't watch any trailers after I watched the initial trailer for that movie. I didn't go back and rewatch it. So this time when I watched the movie, outside of the religious aspect, I didn't know where this story was going. Now, first off out the gate, I just told you that this is an A24 production. That should automatically tell you that this is going to be an A+ production. I mean, cream of the crop, top-notch, across the board. You're going to get top-notch cinematography, amazing acting, sound design, everything is just like peaked to the max with A24 Productions for the most part. That doesn't mean the movies are like amazing or anything, but I'm the type of guy that tends to love A24 films. And I can already tell you that there are people that might not like this movie because it is a slow burn. And you do have to put the phone away. You do have to keep your eyes pointed right at the TV. And the problem with a lot of these movies these days is the attention span of viewers. A lot of times viewers, they want to watch movies and they want to look at their phone and they want to look at their Facebook, their Instagram. I'm guilty of it. When I'm watching a Friday the 13th movie, I'm not completely glued to the screen. This movie right here, throw the phone away, put it down, get immersed in this film. I promise you, if you do that, you will get so much more out of it. I'm not promising that you will love it, but that is the best way to watch this. I'm going to say that right now. And because I did that, was not bored one bit. I'm usually a fan of slow burn movies anyway, especially if I'm like 100% locked in. You know, I can get into a character, I can get into the story, and this movie checks both those boxes gloriously. Morfydd Clark, Jesus, what a freaking lead performance. There are moments in this movie, and I am not sugarcoating you, that are just jaw-dropping with this actress. Because a lot of these reactions that she has are in the name of her devotion to God. And some of what comes out of her mouth and her body are almost inhuman. But really getting down to it, I just loved this character. This was a character that was so conflicted.
There's my little saint.
Maud, he isn't real.
Just constantly experiencing rejection. There's a section in the movie where she backslides a little bit. She's angry at God. And a lot of this stuff is pretty relatable, actually, you know, because life isn't perfect. You know, in her mind, she should be able to go up to somebody and bless them and give them over to God, and everything should be hunky-dory. But it doesn't work that way at all. As a matter of fact, it doesn't work a lot for her. So she's dealing with the outside world, and a world, let's face it, these days that has a tough time dealing with religion. You know, everybody has so many problems going on in their lives right now. And for some people, religion is like the last thing they want to deal with. And maybe it should be the other way around. I'm not here to preach to you or anything, but that is a message in the movie. Like, you know, recentering yourself, finding your chi or whatever it is that you worship in, you know? Also, this movie does deal with a little bit of mental illness. You know, there are times in this movie where you're definitely going to question her sanity. And really, that just adds to the character building. You know, you're constantly playing this tug of war with this character, this guessing game, and you never know where she's going to go. You never know what's going to be around the corner with her. And guys, really, the biggest thing that I took away from this movie, the biggest theme that I latched onto was failure. Failure is a big part of this movie. How this character deals with failure, with even rejection, you know, and trying to come out the other side of that. Now, horror fans, there's definitely some creepy stuff in this movie, for sure, thanks to the freaking sound design and the score. There's moments where she's just praying, and you take something as simple as that, and you put this just really chilling, creepy musical backbone behind it. All of a sudden, it turns into kind of a feeling of dread. There's definitely like a juxtaposition of good and evil in this movie, right and wrong. And most of that gets done with the score, with the sound design. And just bringing it back to Morfydd Clark and her performance, just very hypnotic. A lot of this movie reminded me of Black Coat's Daughter. You know, and that movie deals with religion somewhat. The plot is very different than this movie, but the tone is there. You know, this has that type of tone, and I adored Black Coat's Daughter. Again, it was another slow burn type of movie. But to me, that's what this movie was. For me, this was this year's Black Coat's Daughter. And one thing that Black Coat's Daughter did was give you a final act that is completely unsettling and jolting. Same thing here. Anyway, guys, I have struggled with my rating since watching this. I was definitely thinking about a Trapped on an Island. Just to play it safe, I'm going to give it a high purchase worthy, but it might turn into a Trapped on an Island with another watch. You know, this movie's still definitely percolating. So, have you seen Saint Maud? When you do, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And also in the comments, just let me know if you guys like these types of films, you know, I guess like highbrow sometimes polarizing types of films like Black Coat's Daughter. It's not for everybody, and that's fine. I respect that. But I had a feeling I was going to love this, and it was right up my alley. Plus, I like movies that kind of push boundaries a little bit, can be a little bit controversial, and especially when you're dealing with religion, you're going to get a little controversial. Anyway, guys, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day on Fridays. We do Food on Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on all my socials. Support me on Patreon and buy me a coffee /Drumdums. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and Drumdum out.